tangy, earthy and smoky prawns paired with a fiery, vibrant Sambal Belacan. Here's my version of tamarind prawns. Hi everyone, welcome back to What Wednesdays. We've got a lovely dish for you today, tamarind prawns with Sambal Belacan, otherwise known as udang goreng asam. So udang, prawns, goreng, cooked, and asam, tamarind. So we've got some prawns that we just need to prep up first of all, and we're just going to get rid of the sort of the vein. Thanks, Lee. To start off, handy pair of scissors, just to kind of get over, or rather into the top of the shell, just like so. We'll just open that up, and usually you'll see, see a little black squiggle here. We just can very gently pull that out. So that is the digestive tract of the prawn. So not very nice to eat. You just want that out of there because it's a little bit bitter, and it's going to just take away from the fresh taste of the actual prawn itself. Great, so the prawns are prepped. We're just going to go in now and work with some tamarind here. I've got some tamarind paste, which comes in a block. Obviously, you could use the jarred stuff, but I just find that with the paste, you get so much more flavor out of it. So it comes in a block like that. That's literally all the pulp that's come out of the fruit, and we do need to water it down a little bit with some warm water. So just kind of about 100 mils, I would say. And you can obviously just adjust as you go, add a little bit, and then just work the tamarind in with your hands. I find the hands are just the best way to kind of get all of the pulp mixed in with the water. We're just going to massage the tamarind until we start getting really kind of, it's another way to say it, really brownish, murky, muddy waters, but it's going to taste really delicious. And we're using tamarind here because it is the key component to the dish. It's asam in Malay, so you couldn't do asam prawns without the asam, obviously. Some families also do just use tamarind with no other ingredients for this particular dish. I find that just to balance everything out, we do need a little bit of sugar, a little bit of soy sauce, etc., which we will use to marinate the prawns. So this is looking quite thick at the moment, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it down with a little bit more water and work that water through the mixture just a little bit. Really, your hands are the best tools for this particular exercise. So worked through the mixture enough, so you could pass this through the sieve, or what you could also do, I kind of just, you know what, a siev's just too much work in terms of washing up. I just grab a bit of that mixture and then just kind of squeeze all of that tamarind puree through, out of my hands, out of my fingers. And then you've got the leftover pulp right there. Right, so besides the asam or the tamarind, we've got also some other things to go in there. We've got light soy sauce, just a tad of that. For salt, we also have some fish sauce, so that's why we kind of held back a little bit with the salt here. So fish sauce is going to give you that lovely savouriness and that saltiness as well. Tiny bit of colour that needs to come through, so I'm using some dark soy sauce. Not too much, literally just maybe about a teaspoon of that, just a dash. Don't want it too dark because otherwise it's going to not look really very nice when it comes to presentation. Tiny bit of sugar, just normal caster sugar is absolutely fine, no need for palm sugar. And also finally some Shaoxing rice wine. So that is the kind of the more Chinese-y aspect of it, because with your tamarind prawns, it's actually traditionally considered as a Peranakan dish or a Nyonya dish, so a merging of two different cultures, Chinese and Malay, from sort of Malaysia and Singapore region. So finally also added just a tiny bit of white pepper, ground white pepper, and I'm just going to go in again with your hands rather, and I'm just going to give it a really good massage. Now, be really gentle with this. You don't want to break up the prawns too much, but also just bear in mind also the prawns, if you're using shell-on prawns like we are doing today, can be a little bit sharp because the shells are on. So just be really, really careful. Don't stab yourselves and don't stab your fingers with prawns, yeah? We're just going to leave that for a few minutes in the fridge, just kind of chill out and relax for a little bit. In the meantime, we are going to make a really easy, quick Sambal Belacan. I promise you, it's quick and easy. For the Sambal Belacan, super easy, literally just 3 or 4 ingredients. So I've got some lime here, but first of all, chilies. So large red chilies, unless you like it hot and spicy, in which case you can opt to add some more Thai chilies in there. But I usually just find that normal red chilies are excellent for that. Seasoned, obviously, because I like it spicy. Right, so about 9 chilies in there in total. You can obviously go less or more, up to you, but I would go no less than maybe 5 red chilies. So then going to get some lime juice in there for a bit of acidity. Give it a really good squeeze. Obviously, I will taste it later on and decide whether I need more lime juice in there or whether I need more sugar, etc. And then finally, once you've got the lime juice in, I'm going to go in with some belacan. Obviously, wouldn't be sambal belacan without the belacan. So that is dried shrimp paste that's been toasted. So I toasted them earlier, just in a little dry frying pan. No oil whatsoever, just breaking them up slightly. So about a couple of teaspoons of that in there. And you can obviously go with less if you like it less shrimpy and less funky, but I like it funky. Right, so we are just going to blitz this up in a little processor and off we go. Why did I do that? What was I expecting? Oh, yum. Oh, that's ready. Now I'm just gonna pour it out. So we've got a 2-part kind of cooking process for the prawns. I've just taken them out of the fridge. Just wanted to check that my oil is hot enough. So I've got a wok that's sort of half filled with oil for some proper deep frying before we then transfer it out and then finish the dish in a frying pan. I know it's a lot of words and there's a lot of planning here, but don't worry, I've got it covered. Just go with me, okay? So just sticking my chopsticks in the wok, just kind of see if it starts to fizzle and sizzle. And if it does, then that is probably all good to go for your deep frying. So because there's a lot of moisture in the prawns, I don't want to just kind of throw all the prawns in there because it's just going to be one big disaster. Anyone who's tried to do deep fried turkey, you probably know what I'm talking about, hey? So just getting my prawns from the marinade, let them just drain ever so slightly on a plate. And just make sure that you try to shake off as much of that marinade as possible, and so that you don't have too much of a deep frying issue later on. And we will reserve the marinade later, obviously, for finishing the dish. So don't throw any of that lovely marinade away. It's all good flavor. Right, so now I'm just going to very carefully get my prawns in one at a time, and it's going to spit at you. It's going to splatter, so be really careful. The prawns only kind of need about 20 seconds or so in the hot oil, and then we're just going to get them out. So some lovely pink color on them. The reason we're kind of deep frying them for the initial beginning is just so that we get some nice crispiness on the outside of the shells of the prawns. Right, so I've just safely moved my wok away just to the side, just let it cool down ever so slightly. In the meantime, just starting with a nice clean frying pan, just a little bit of heat, just to get it going. I'm just going to get some oil in there as well. So about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. And then we are going to fry up the prawns along with some of the marinade. So in go the prawns, once your pan is hot enough. Next up, the marinade goes in. I try to just kind of get it all down the sides as well. Try and avoid getting any of the seeds in there. And we're just going to give it a really good stir. Just stirring really well, just coat everything, and you've got that lovely smokiness, that wok hei just coming through from the hot frying pan. So this tamarind prawn is gonna really taste super delicious. So just before the sauce over reduces, I'm just gonna turn off the heat and then we can plate up. That is super scrumptious prawns, so do give the recipe a go. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Do check out also our playlist for Wok Wednesdays for a lot more recipes. And also don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I will see you next time. Take care.